Okay, so we'll give that a moment to go live on there. Great, so thank you everybody for jumping onto the call today. So I start off by just sharing the package that I've currently got for our members, or our new members and returning members. I'm literally not promoting this anymore, so I'm going to be removing this exact package, not from existing people, only for new people. So anybody who's on this package and loves using the strategy and the indicators can stick on this for life. So that's the cool thing about this. And it's only $29 for every 30 days. So it's an extremely good deal for people to work on. But I'm probably only going to have this available as a membership option for the next few days. So whoever signs up over the next few days will be able to take advantage of it. Otherwise, it's going to be removed, and it will be the full $80 per month for the DTB system, for the entire system. Then you can still use parts of it, which obviously this is included in that. But anyway, let's have a look at the this is more to do with the 4 subscription offerings that we have. So monthly, weekly, and also 6 monthly are available on the website if you go and visit dtbtraders.com. All right, so risk disclosures for trading. There's a link to that in the video description as well. Okay, great. So we start off again, my hero. I just changed my screensaver. That looks pretty cool. All right, I'm going to bring up my VPS and to see what we are looking at on there today. Great. So I just started a strategy a few minutes ago. Not that we are going to be using those exact settings. I just was doing some optimizations and I had it set up. But what we can do is just have a look first at what's been happening on the charts. So we've been trading the NQ. So this is today's basically data, carrying on from yesterday. We see the price went up and almost went up to a new high again. So the previous day we were looking at this, and then the next day this. And interesting thing is we saw the price come down to the 61.8 yesterday on the session. And then we saw it broke above the 76.4 today, and this was at 2 a.m. Actually before midnight, so 10 p.m. it broke above, and then it came back and retested the 76.4. So another incredible opportunity there to be taking positions, even manual positions from that 76. And what happened is the price only went a few ticks below the 76, 19 ticks, and then it's basically shot up again from there. So almost up to a new 100, but it's gone up over 300 ticks since that period. And it's gone up quite fast like that because there's no strong Fibonacci levels in play between that. So it's not like it was bouncing between, 2 levels that were close together. There's literally no levels above that are very strong. Great. ES, we haven't been trading the ES, but a similar thing happened there. The price broke above the 76, came back and retested it, and then shot up again, and now it looks like it's coming back to it again. What else do I have here? This is a trending baseline chart. So also just looking at what the price was doing. We can also look at a flat baseline chart. So I'm going to go duplicate a new tab. I'm just going to make this a flat chart. So if we go to data series, and we can make this a 101. Actually, I like using the 195 one. That is a good value to work with. And that's just going to show you price bouncing around, forming these new baselines. So that was pretty cool. As the price broke up to a new baseline, came back and tested the 76, great opportunity like that to take at least even take a trade back to the baseline. So similar to what we did yesterday on the session, where we entered a position on a smaller level, trading it back in the direction of that baseline. So that type of thing is definitely available to do. Okay, so let's pull away this. Now, as you can see, the settings for this strategy that I've got over here have now literally gone out of whack. So basically that means that the heartbeat of the market has changed. So if you're watching your trading chart, you're not going to allow this type of thing to just continue. You want to make sure that you run optimization. So the last time I ran an optimization on this very chart was at 917. At 917. So that was all the way back over here. Where was 917? Over here. So that's the last time I ran optimization. So basically since then, the settings would definitely have changed because we've had a few losing positions. So by running that optimization again, you know, that's why it's important to run optimizations, because we want to make sure that we are in tune with the heartbeat of the market. So let's do that right now. So for those who are just jumping on, I'm just going to make sure that I'm monitoring the live video on YouTube and see if I didn't even check if it's actually running. So let me just check. Let's see. Okay, good. It is. All right, perfect. I'll just see if I can. I just got to monitor if there's any comments or anything on there. So just give me a moment while I try to figure this out. And mute. Okay, it's already muted. Good. Okay, good. So we've got 3 people watching on there, which is nice. Thank you, guys. It seems to be okay, the video quality on there. It's not really high definition, unfortunately, for YouTube. But that's okay. We'll keep working on that. All right. So as you can see, I paused the strategy. Now, for the guys that are on this call who are part of the DTB group and are in the Skype chat, you've already received the templates. So what I did earlier was I went to the template. I went to template and I saved the template as, you know, 01 September optimization, and I posted them. I copied and pasted them into the group. Now, what we're going to be doing though is bring up your strategy analyzer, and the only thing we're going to be changing right now, because we are in the time slot, is we're going to use the time slot. So we're going to select true on the time slot. So that should be the only thing we're going to change on the settings. I'm going to stop the video so we can see the screen clearer, because I'm seeing the top right of the corner of the screen that's showing the camera. All right, so the only thing we're changing is the use time slot from 9:30 till 11. Okay, we've got, it's 9:40 now, so we're going to start the strategy in the next 4 minutes or so. So that'll be a good idea. So time slot 9:30 till 11. We're going to leave everything else as it is. We're not going to be using a trailing stop, but we are going to put a value in for the trailing stop. But we're going to select false. So just leave the settings exactly how it is and then run that again. Okay. So I think it's going to be 1600 iterations. So that's going to be pretty quick. Let's see what that comes up as. Okay, so these are the settings that are currently showing as valid. So we're only optimizing from 9:30 onwards. So these are the trades that it's currently showing as being effective. So I'm just going to cycle through them a little bit. 812s have come up a lot. So let's apply that to our trading chart. I'm just going to look at some other settings here while I'm here. This 310 has had already 20 positions in the last 10 minutes, has it? Yeah, it has. Wow, so that has been very active since the open, those specific settings. So I guess if you were looking at quickly in and out, and you at 9:35 you ran your optimization, you would have had all these previous results showing. But yeah, a lot of positions. We want to choose something that has got less positions. So I'll run it one more time. I always like to run it twice just to make sure we've got no issues with the analyzer and everything is basically lining up how it should. So run it one more time. Okay, the same settings are coming up. So what we do now is we just minimize the screen slightly like this, and we look at the trading chart, and we're going to save the template. So we're going to go template, and we're going to click on save, and we're going to call it 01 September optimization. So we're going to save over the template we created. Then we're going to go to the trading chart on top, and we're going to go strategies. We're going to disable a strategy that's on at the moment. Apply, and then we're going to load up the one we just saved. I did save that, didn't I? Shit, I don't think I did. Let me quickly save that. So template and save, and that is going to be the trading chart one. So 01 September optimization trading chart. Yes. And that is the one we're actually going to apply to it. So I took a bit long to do this. So I'm going to have to run optimization again. But anyway, we will just do that. So template, load, trading chart, load, and enable. Enable, god damn it. NinjaTrader, apply, and okay. So right now we're looking at the settings at the chart, and we are seeing that the previous position, which showed over there as being in a winning position, it's now that position would have closed at a loss. So it's not the right time to start our strategy right now. So in the meantime, we just keep running our optimizer and just see if we get different settings, because obviously we've gone through 10 minutes of market open. It's been very hectic. There's been a lot of movement, a lot of things happening. So we might have to just switch over some settings like this. It's coming up with those as the strongest signal. Again, we're running very small amount of data, so we don't have to, it's not going to take long to run. And I'm just going to cycle through these settings. So at the moment, we are literally only seeing these positions over here that we should be in a long. Okay, so I'm going to save this one. So I'm going to go template, and I'm going to click on save, and I'm going to select this as the trading chart again, save that, and go yes. Then come back to the top chart and go strategy and load it. So strategy, and then disable those like this. Apply, template, load. This process that we're doing now, I'm trying to find a way of automating it. Trying to find a way. Okay, so as soon as that is in, I'm actually going to press start. So what I've noticed there is that we've had a nice running position. Then we had a very small losing position over there by the brick wall. It's changed over signals. Now, if you want to activate your trading stop, you can click on that now. Okay, then what will happen is it will use the settings that you pre-put in there. So we put a 40 trailing stop with 100 targets. But what I'm going to do is I'm not going to select my trailing stop for now. I want to show you something else that we're going to do. So let's just increase the chart. So I'll explain to you what I wanted to show you. I worked with this today. It was pretty good. So if you've got a position open, if you've got a position open in your strategy, which we'll see if one opens in a moment, but if you have a position open over here, you can right click on it and go apply ATM strategy and then select one of your strategy that you've created. So this is if you have an order open that's unprotected, so it's got no stop and no target. So if ever you have an order open that's got no stop and no target, you can click on the positions tab, right click on that position and go apply ATM strategy, and then just select any ATM strategy that you want to assign to that position. And after you've done that, you can actually go and click on the trailing stop button, and what will happen is it will assign a stop and a trailing stop to the next order. So as soon as that order has closed, the one that you assigned a trailing stop to, the very next order that the strategy enters will follow your trailing stop that you created. So I'm going to try to do that. I'll do that when I have a live order. We haven't got a live order right now because I activated it just after these previous positions entered. So had I just activated a few minutes earlier or a few seconds earlier, while we ran the optimization, so we literally 9:45, 9:46. If we had activated that strategy on wait until flat, just after 9:45, then we would have currently been in one position long at the moment. So that is exactly where the last position has entered, and it would be up 40 ticks. So did anybody manage to activate their strategy in time and are in positions at the moment?
Mine is not just yet.
Not yet. Okay.
I'm in a position, but I'm having the same issues. I'm saving exactly what you the strategy, and then I'm opening up the strategy on the chart, and the data is different, and I'm not changing anything.
Okay.
So just and something else. I'm going to data series, and it won't let me go from the end date tomorrow. It defaults back today.
No, that's right. That is fine to do. So if you cannot go forward in the data series. So you just got to select day 0, okay, exactly like we've done over here.
Well, that could be, maybe that's my issue then.
Yeah. So the same template, we haven't changed the data series. We haven't changed anything on the data series. So the template I shared earlier, that is still exactly the same. I'm just going to look at this other chart while we are here, while we're waiting for a position. So just seeing what the other charts are looking like. We've got a nice trending baseline. So we had a trending baseline start just after 9:30, running up. So that's a nice trending baseline going up. We're not trading the ES, but we can always look at the ES. Look at that bounce off that ES. Exactly what when we started the call, I was saying, watch for that bounce off that ES. And I think the price was somewhere over here when we were speaking about it. Well, we can see it was at 9:30 and it's 9:50. So 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes ago. So to the tick, it hit that 76 to the tick. So, entering a position right over there, even trading back to the 76, or I'm sorry, the 61, is a 22 tick move. So that was a nice thing over there. NQ, obviously, we're having crazy highs and stuff happening there. It just went and reached a new high. A new high. Can you believe it? A new freaking high. The whole world's gone to shit, and we're hitting new highs. Yeah, it's crazy. Here we are at the 76. So this is a 76 Fibonacci on the YM and a 23 Fibonacci for the hourly chart. So here is definitely an option. Here is definitely a situation where the price is likely to bounce. It did bounce there earlier. That was at 3 p.m. yesterday. So 3 p.m. This is quite a push down, eh? It's quite a push down. Very unlikely you see that just a run down like that. Anyway, at the moment, it definitely seems that it is having a reaction around that level. So the 76.4 that we're looking at there, if you go to the indicator, that is going to be your daily Fibonacci. So those are your daily Fibonacci levels. Daily 76.4. So again, beautiful opportunity to take manual positions off that. Definitely a great thing to do. And there's already a 20-odd tick move from touching that. Let's have a look at this ES, what that's doing. It's continuing up. Okay, let's go back to our trading chart. So we have had no more positions open. We have had no positions open at all, actually. So while that is in play, there's nothing stopping us from running optimizations again. Not that we're looking to enter multiple positions, but we're just going to make sure that we are in line with, we're just looking at the different results that are coming in. This has shown a long trade up here. That's why it's showing as a good result, but it's had a lot of positions. So we still, because of this huge amount of trades over here, and we're getting, and we've also optimized the third and fourth repaints. So because we're only showing 10 results, the result that we've got on our trading chart right now has basically filtered down the list. So we could actually switch over to one of these settings over here. And these settings have come up because they've had a beautiful long run up. So let's do that. I'm going to do that on this call. So I'm going to switch to the 218. So I'm going to go template and save and call it the trading chart, save. And yes, and come to the strategy over here, click on the pause like this. Click on the strategy. God, this is slow. Unfortunately, I'm logging in from my Australian computer to a New York thing over here. So it's definitely taking a little bit longer. Sometimes I've got a slight lag. Okay, so load that up. And as soon as that's done, I'm going to click on enable, apply, and OK. And start. So, the good thing about what we're doing over here is we're not jumping into a position immediately. We're running our optimizations and we're seeing what settings are coming up. That's giving us time to compare our analyzer results to our trading chart results. So,
and you got the exact same thing. And that's exactly what I'm doing. And I'm not getting the same information.
Okay. Have you definitely checked your chart to make sure that your chart is looking exactly the same?
Yeah, and it's not looking the same. I'm saving it. I'm running the analyzer. I'm saving it under the trading chart name. Then I'm going over to my chart and I'm loading it under that chart, under that name, and the information is not the same.
Okay, so quickly scroll back on your trading chart to the very beginning of your trading chart.
Okay, on the strategy?
On both. So your strategy, your trading chart that you got your strategy enabled on, scroll back to the very beginning. on your strategy analyzer, so if you've got your strategy analyzer on your screen like I have, scroll to the very beginning of your chart. So this is just a way of checking the bar formation and everything. This is the first point you will see whether something is wrong. So this is your first step to check why things are not working.
Okay. It's kind of tough to see because there's so many text there for trades, but the pattern looks the same.
I mean, at the very, very, very beginning of the chart, you should have zero text or anything there. It should look exactly like this. You should have no text whatsoever, unless you are using a sim account and you've got 1,000 positions that it closed off on previous days or whatever. But apart from that, if you look at the bars immediately afterwards, is everything lining up on your trading chart and your strategy chart?
The shapes, yeah, those are lining up.
The bar formation itself?
Yep, 932. Nope, it's not.
But just run your optimization again and just see what is going on over there. This is what I wanted to show you. So we've got a position right now active, okay, on the chart, but we've got no trailing stop attached to it. It's too late. Okay, we've got one open now. So you can right click on this and you can go apply ATM order, and you can select like a 3060. So that's what I've got, a 3060. And then what should happen, it will apply that to that strategy. I might have had a switch over in signal when that happened. Let's try that again. So I'm clicking on it and I'm going to go apply ATM strategy. And I'm going to select even just a 2424 like that. Oh, crap, it's doing it too late again.
Okay, it's done running.
Okay, so just do what we were talking about. So there we go. So I've applied that ATM to that specific order. So now what you'll notice is it will follow that ATM. And while that is on, because I want to use my ATM for the next order, I'm actually selecting my trailing stop for the next one. Now, if I move this target or the stop, it should. I've got a bit of a lag, so there we go. It hit it out anyway. Okay, so basically that's what has happened so far. So I'm going to keep letting it run. So Jay, just look at your chart, run your optimizer, run it again, and make sure you've got that box ticked that says add chart indicator to strategy, so you can actually see the coloring of the bars and everything selected. Okay, so and what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to pause my top strategy, because as I clicked pause as it entered the position. So we want to make sure that that doesn't happen. What you can do right now to get out of that position is just go and attach a trailing stop to that position. So right click on it, apply ATM order, and then you can just go, I'm just going to select 2424. And then what that will do is it will automatically, okay, NinjaTrader, it will automatically assign a trailing stop to that. But I have paused it. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to run the strategy analyzer again. We've had a lot of market action in the last few minutes.
And I'm done, and it's still different.
Okay, well, we'll have to go through it again perhaps after the call.
That's fine. I have a hard stop 2 minutes ago. So
Okay, perfect.
Anyway, so thanks, Jason.
No problem, Jay. I'll chat to you tomorrow. We'll sign on again 20 minutes before the call, and we'll run it again. All right.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Great. Catch you then. Okay. Cheers. All right. So we're gonna this is the exact process that we all should follow, and by following this, we'll actually have exactly the same results. So running the strategy analyzer, picking the result that we want to use, going to template, save, select this chart like this, save, and yes. Okay. And then going to your trading chart, strategies, and disabling the strategy, and then going to the template and then loading it, trading chart, load, enable, apply, and okay. Again, I'm looking at my chart, my strategy analyzer and my trading chart are matching like they should. The drawdown, everything is exactly the same. So Eduardo, have you had yours all matching up and everything working on your side?
Yes, I've been trading it. I'm a little bit behind, just a little bit, not concerned. So I just ran another optimization here because there's a report right now. It happened 4 minutes ago, so probably things have changed.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. It was an ADI, or what was it? Let's see.
Yeah. So again, it's a matter of I ran this optimization at 10:02. If I ran it 10:01 and activated the strategy just before 10:02, we would have been in that short position because the last signal on the strategy, if you look at the last signal, it's saying a sell over there. So we are running on and wait until flat synchronize. So it's only going to act on the next signal. If you had selected immediately submit synchronize, it will take you in that position. But we're trying to avoid, the stress and stuff of entering positions immediately. We rather want to follow a system where we can apply the strategy, enable it, have a good look at the chart, and see, just to make sure everything is lined up properly as it should be, instead of just jumping into a position immediately.
I agree 100%.
It is better, hey?
Yeah, let's see.
And it gives you time to run more optimizations. It gives you time to run, running more optimizations, looking at the different chart things happening. I've got a little bit of a freeze. I think I clicked on something. I've got to just give it a moment to catch up. Please don't crash on me, NinjaTrader. Okay, it didn't, luckily. Okay, so I'm in so that one actually entered two positions. So it entered a sell over there and a sell over there. That was a nice running position going up. Oh, I did have a little bit of a lag there. That wasn't too good. While that is running, we can look at our chart to see what that looks like. Beautiful bounces off on the ES again. So the price came back down again to run test that ES. Came back down again. Let's see what's happening on our YM. Came back. NQ. So we haven't got our, we haven't activated the Fibonacci levels on our trading chart. I like to keep the trading chart itself clean, just because the less you have on it, the less impact it can have for the strategy. You don't want to have the strategy clashing with anything on the trading chart. So there's no reason why you can't have another chart open on the side like this. And on this chart, you can select, some of your indicators. So we're looking at the NQ. So you can go and add in an indicator like, obviously we've got our trend following on this. So you can apply that. There's a few different sensitivity settings that you can use. So you feel free to work on those. Probably like a 16 or something will be fine. You can also switch to tick charts instead. So going, I'm not going to mess around too much with that now, but you can definitely set that up before your session. And it's good to have multiple screens, because as you are trading, you can also decide to choose long positions only or short positions only. So that's why we've got those buttons on the chart. I'm just going to get rid of this window. This thing's lagging a little bit on me, and I don't like that at all. So, while you are trading, you can decide, you only want to enter long positions, or you only want to enter short positions based on what you're seeing from your other indicators and tools. We've got this on fully automated, just buy and sell signals, and it's looking pretty good at this stage. I can still keep running optimizations. We've literally just had winning positions almost the whole way on that.
Jason, if you wouldn't mind, when you have a chance, would you explain the multiple entries capability of the strategy?
Okay. Yeah, so the multiple entries is pretty powerful. It is pretty powerful. So what that does is the strategy is going to, it's got a few different settings in it. It's got a few different, actually, if I bring up the indicator, that'll help me. It'll show me also. So I'm going to just add the indicator to the chart, a separate instance of the indicator. So the indicator is called our SI brick wall indicator, and they're called repaints. So basically what that means is every time the price repaints the wall, and it's not the repaint in the sense of the word that it gives false signals, it's every time the price comes and retests that wall or breaks through that wall and gives another signal in that direction, it's going to add a position to the strategy. So if you have 3 or 4 consecutive runs in that direction, or even 2 in this instance, it's going to enter 2 positions in that direction. So it's going to act on the first signal. So like if you look at this chart over here, this last one, there was a sell signal over there. And what happened is the price came down, the price went up a little bit, it formed a new brick wall, and it formed a new signal over there. So that was the second signal in the direction. Same thing at the bottom. The strategy entered a first position over here of this brick wall. We had a very small brick wall form over there. And the next time it happened, it happened over here.
So it adds a position every time it has a signal in the same direction.
Correct.
Okay.
And that's based in the strategy too of your repaint. So if you look in the optimization, it's optimized whether to use those or not. So we selected true, optimize. So some of these settings, if I scroll over the settings, it's saying not to use the 3rd and 4th repaint. It's basically only use the 1st and 2nd repaints in the strategy.
Got it.
So it's going to act on 2 of those signals in a row. Okay, so I'm going to run this again. We just had a losing position go up a little bit.
Yeah, I want to run it.
So the thing is with this, if we should really have been watching that, if you start seeing positions go against you and it's not in line with previous outcomes, there's nothing you're just supposed to stop the strategy immediately, because you want to see a continuation of the market conditions. And remember, the market has got a heartbeat. It's basically got a heartbeat, and it's changing all the time. The price action, the speed of the bars forming, the volume, it's basically called the heartbeat of the market. It's changing all the time. So the strategy analyzer is giving us the current heartbeat of the market when we run the results. That's why it's always going to pull up the most accurate results so far of the session. Now, because these specific results have been giving us the best results so far, even though with a few losers, they're still appearing on the top of the list. You see those 219 settings? They're still appearing at the top of the list. There is one slightly down. It's got a higher drawdown though, and a less profit, but that looks like the current heartbeat of the market is in line with these settings. But I'm not going to automatically just go and jump to those now, because they are, we don't know how long that specific thing is going to run. So while we are, we've got the strategy on pause. There's no rush to enter trades all the time. We want to just space it out. Just run your optimizer and only start your strategy again when you get, some very favorable results.
And the days you're using are from 901 to 902, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
And again, too, just make sure, because we've had this twice now on our trading sessions where the NinjaTrader just stops optimizing up until a certain time. So always check your very last bar on your analyzer is matching the time on your chart. So we ran the optimizer at 9:10:13 and it's now 10:14 or whatever. So that's what you always got to check for. So you might as well just, have the strategy paused. But most people by now would have hit their $400-500 target for the day, if that was what they were after, and be done. So it might also mean that you might want to step away for 15 minutes. If you're not finding the best favorable settings in the analyzer right now, just step away for 15 minutes and come back later and then run your optimizer again and see the previous positions. If everything's in line with the market, you've got the heartbeat of the market, because obviously there's going to be some sort of, action and reaction after major news and things. So there's no reason just to keep running through it in chaos. Rather come back, a little bit later. And, this is why these strategies are also very good to run during the more consistent times of the day where there's not huge news and announcements and things like that, and not near the open. I'm running it near the open because that's the only time I can conceivably be online with you guys. I mean, it is already after midnight where I am. So, yeah, I can't possibly be trading this session later. And until I get staff and people in trading rooms around the world, I'm not going to be able to, run the later sessions. But at least this training, it's like a fast forward training, because we're doing lots of optimizations, we're changing settings. So what we're doing here, you probably can take a third of that during your normal sessions of the day, because the market is a lot quieter. But at least you're getting good practice running these for now. So, we can decide when to reactivate the strategy again. I haven't checked any news, if there's anything happening around this time. Again, I should actually include this news indicator. I'm going to include the news indicator just so that you guys have it. It's funny, I saw another vendor selling the news indicator for $180. It's like, okay, I'll include that for complimentary. And it's part of the full DTB system anyway. All right, so I'm going to just keep on running this. So probably still not something I want to jump in. You know, we've, even though these results are including commissions and everything, so if you look at your analysis, if you look at the summary, you know, we always want to include commission and we always want to include slippage. So look at there's 75 ticks of slippage in those results too. So it's very important to include as much as you can so that when you're applying these settings to your strategy chart, your trading chart, you are getting as absolutely close as possible to actual market conditions. If I had run this, if I had run the strategy analyzer and I had 0 slippage in here, it's going to give me absolutely fantastic results. But if you apply that to the trading chart, you're not going to get those results because you will have slippage and you will have a difference in the bid and the ask. So that's why when you're running the analyzer, it's matching the chart because we've applied the right slippage. So if you're running the YM or the ES, you might not work with 3 tick slippage. You can switch down to 2 ticks. On the ES, you can do 2 ticks of slippage because, you know, it's generally 1 tick. So that's a good value to, you know, to work on and adjust it accordingly. Okay, so still nothing fantastic happening over here. It's continued to have a few losing positions, you know. So at this stage, you can either just come back a bit later. You know, you don't want to be forcing your trading. And there's no reason to force anything. It's just some days are not as great as others, and that's just how the market is. You know, you can never judge what's going to happen during the day. You can never judge how effective things are going to be, which is why you've just got to see what's happening and take the good days with the bad days. But at least you know you've got the most powerful system over here that's going to give you the best chance anyway. It's just not every single minute of the day. So again, you keep on running your analyzer, and who knows, we might start getting into the rhythm. You know, you can also change your bar size. So this is a good time to experiment with different bar sizes. You can even use different contracts. You know, if you might switch to the YM as an example. You don't have to trade the NQ. You don't have to trade just with the YM. You can trade all different instruments with this, and therefore all different bar sizes. So if you are trading one instrument and you think, well, this is not the greatest, why not go and combine an optimization with the YM? So there I've got NQ and YM. So I'm going to select NQ and YM. I'm going to run the same optimization. The only thing I've done now is included the YM, which means it's going to make 3,200 iterations instead of 1,600 because we're including the YM. And we can see what the YM looks like. So I'll maximize this and bring up the YM. YM, okay, the YM's done nothing of any consequence on the 8-8 bar. Now, bear in mind, that's the 8-8 bar. So you could go and do the YM just on its own. So you can go and say, I'm going to do the YM only. Okay, so YM, and I'm going to choose let's go a 4 and a 4 bar with 2 ticks of slippage, and I'm going to run that. Hi Jim, I see you on strategy on the YouTube. I'm not sure what I said that would be nice. maybe you can just let me know. I said quite a few things. Okay, so here we go. So here's the 4-4. So this could be the, you could say I'm going to switch to the YM for a little bit. Yes, it's not giving me killer results, but you know what? It's not bad. Very low drawdown. You can start looking at what the trades have done, what positions have entered, and so on and so forth. It's like okay, that's all good. So you can go look at the chart. Now, just bear in mind, like at the bottom of this chart, it says $88 net profit. Okay, but unfortunately, for some reason, unbeknownst to whoever the big forces are, it's not including the previous 2 trades and their results. I don't know why the analyzer does that, but it actually has not included those previous 2 results. So that's the difference between the $88 you're seeing on the chart and the $420 you're seeing in the actual results. Okay, but you know what? We'll just go back to the NQ. It'll be nice to see that out for the session. And we can even I'll run the 8-8 again, like we have. But then I'm also going to be looking at perhaps even a different bar size. And at least we can also see what has happened on the price since then. So there's the analyzer. And, thank goodness we didn't have the strategies active right now, because the analyzer is still showing us that it had more losing positions than winning positions at this stage. Even though the profit is still very high, it's more from the previous trades that have entered. Another thing that you can look at doing, this is another option of doing, and this is what you will be doing anyway throughout the day, is you're going to be changing your trading hours time. So you can say, now I want to optimize the values from 10 a.m. onwards. So you can choose 10 a.m. in your settings over here. So say you're going to trade 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Okay, so you can go 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. like this. And then you can run your optimization for that period. And then what that will do is it's going to optimize any trade from 10 o'clock, what would have been very effective. So you can segment your trading like that and work that way also. So as you can see, the settings have given us these specific results. Now, if you look at the trading chart, if you look at the analyzer chart, it's only optimizing, this lag is messing me around. It's only optimizing the trades that would have entered from 10 a.m. So, it's a little bit more work involved now to go change your settings. But, at 10:15, if you had selected from 10, you would have seen all these winning positions before and had the opportunity to switch over your settings. So that's another thing we haven't actually touched on this, because we've actually selected the 9:30 till 11 mark. But, you got to change also with what's happening in the market. So you either change and optimize different values like we're doing over here now, or you come back a bit later and you trade your other session, or you leave it for today completely. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply these specific settings to my trading chart right now. So I'm going to go template and I'm going to go save. I'm going to call it the trading hours templates like this. Yes, yes. Go to my strategy over here and disable it. Apply, go to my template, go load up the new setting that I've got, and then go enable, apply, and OK, and start. Boom. Okay, so now that again, if I have a quick look at my chart on my analyzer is matching my chart on my strategy. So I know I'm good. So then we're waiting for the next signal. Oh, great. Yes. Okay. Jim, yeah, definitely I will include the news indicator. I'll add it to the assembly and it should be available before tomorrow. So I'm not going to be running a session myself tomorrow. It's my girl's birthday. She's turning 5 years old on Friday. So I'm going to have an early night on Friday and we're spending the whole day together. So I don't want to be exhausted. I've been normally going to bed after 2 a.m. and it's just been killing me. So we're going to basically, I'm not having a session tomorrow but at least you guys can continue what you are doing here. And if you guys are more than welcome to use the Zoom, you've got the link to be able to run your own session together. You know, that's what I'm hoping that will happen over time also, is you guys can form your own little groups and your own little scheduled trading sessions where you could be bouncing ideas, helping each other set yourselves up and be properly, you know, acquainted with the system and work it very well.
Awesome, Jason. Not a problem, man. We appreciate your time, your effort, everything you're doing. Thank you so much for everything you do. And also, I mean, if you would like to run, you know, the Asian sessions, I think we're available here in the United States. It's after work, so that could be an option as well for me.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Right. Perfect. Thank you. No, thank you so much. I appreciate you know, that you're happy about what we're doing and you're grateful for what we have put together here. I also have to get back into a lot of coding. I've got a lot of back-end work that's been delayed because of running these sessions and stuff. So yeah, we're doing pretty good. So because we had the strategy now, because we have a new time slot at 1 p.m., we're not gonna have the session or this trade automatically close at 11 a.m. So whatever you create in your strategy analyzer, whatever you save in there and you apply it to your chart, it's going to pre-populate all of those settings in there, including your trading hours, your stop ticks, your target ticks if you're using them, your trailing stop, and everything else to go with the settings. Just switching over and looking at our trending baseline chart. You know, you do have, it doesn't happen very frequently, but that is a great thing to look at too. Sometimes you could be looking at your trending baseline chart like this, seeing the price come very, very close to breaking a baseline, and then you know, coming back down again. And even if you're trading that back towards the baseline, that's almost 100 tick you know, run off price over there. So you know, this system that we have over here, it's also extremely good for people who even want to make $100 a day on their trading. And so for some people, it's not a lot of money, but I think in the US it's a hell of a lot of money considering the wages over there. But you know, if you've got $2,000 or $3,000 in your trading account and you want to make $100 a day, if you had to keep running your analyzer and you wait for the perfect time to enter your strategy, to activate your strategy, you might be here for a few hours, but finding that ideal time on the ideal settings to optimize your strategy and then activating it, you can hit that target pretty quickly. And that's what I wanted to show you again. So because we're in a position now and I haven't got a trailing stop linked to it. So if you really wanted to put a trailing stop on this position now I love to let the strategy just run and enter on its own merits. But if you say, I want to leave the, the computer now, I just want to have an ATM strategy linked to this. I'm going to choose a 30-30 and then walk away. Unfortunately, if you press pause, it will close the strategy, okay? But you can do that if you were actually intending on having a trailing stop to begin with and you forgot to click the button. So if you forgot to click the button, you can now go and do a manual trailing stop to it by the process we just did right now, and then activate the button on your actual strategy to continue with a trailing stop going forward. So this one, we had a down, and it's going to come back. It's probably going to come back and touch that brick wall. So let's see. I like to move it just above the brick wall. Not that it's going to always be the ideal spot for it, but a little bit above that brick wall to me is a good thing to do. And then run your optimization. Okay, unfortunately we had locked out. But there we go. So we again, the settings, it's still showing us the 317 settings are fine to use at the moment. We have had a few losing positions, before. So I guess I'm not sure exactly what happened there. We may have had something happen, but we only got limit orders in play, no actual trades. So that's a bit odd. Maybe just NinjaTrader being NinjaTrader again. So it is good to be monitoring what's happening on your chart. If you're seeing little things pop up like we just did there, either just pause your strategy and restart it, or just keep monitoring and make sure that there's no issues coming up. So that works fine. It's got its stop and its target in play, a trailing stop in play. So that should be perfectly fine to work. Keep running my optimization. Now, and if you're seeing the price just move around, not really being effective, just pause your strategy and come back and run some more optimizations. Like we've had a few switch over trades now. We're looking at 800, results, 200 drawdown. I mean, not fantastic results at the moment. So, this is the stage where you can also just come and look at pausing your strategy and running some more optimizations. We haven't looked at our chart at the moment. Let's see if anything exciting is happening on there. Not really. Okay. Now, sooner or later, we're going to have a direction. So this is we're waiting for a direction over here, and that's what it's kind of trying to do at the moment, is get a bit of a direction. And now it looks like it is doing that. So yeah, we had a few positions that were out of whack, but now that it's found its direction, it's got its trailing stop that is following it, and that's what it's going to do. I may even look at, I don't know if it's possible, but I may even look at adding a button to the strategy to say no more positions, or no more positions after the stop is hit. Maybe. I don't know if that's possible. I haven't done that before. I don't actually want to spend too much time on it. So I can look into that. So we've got Mr. Kniffiert. That sounds German or Austrian. So I don't offer any free trials, but I do offer the system that you're looking at right now for $29 for 30 days. So that is going to give you plenty of time to test it. And I don't give any more free trials because, as you can imagine, I've spent hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and more hundreds of hours putting this all together. So I'm not running a charity where I'm just going to give people free trials. I know other vendors might do that, but maybe their products are not even a tenth of what we have over here. So it's just a different league. It's just a different league. So I am offering extremely well-priced products. That's my whole idea with this was to help people who even have micro accounts to be able to trade this system. So whatever we're doing here on the NQ can be done on the MNQ. So it's not like it's restricted to only the larger futures contracts. So you definitely can apply this to MNQ and have exactly the same type of results and stuff. So yeah, if you're keen to do it, just visit the website, dtbtraders.com. I actually offer the entire DTB system. So I've got about 10 strategies, about 30 indicators in total, and it's only $80 a month or $21 a week. So someone can even sign up for a week and pay $21 and actually give the system a run for a week, even though a week is not going to get you very far because there's a lot to learn. And I've also spent probably about 20 to 30 hours creating videos and putting those videos on the YouTube channel, explaining the tools, how they work, and different things. So you're definitely not going to find a more supported program that's got more education and training around it than this. I'm also actually planning on running the indicators. Like I'm going to pick 2 or 3 indicators and I'm going to put them on a chart, on a 5-minute chart, and just let them run continuously for like a 12, I think Google allows like a 12-hour window, but I'm going to just let them run for 12 hours ongoing so people can look at the indicators in real time, what they're actually doing and how they show the most, powerful signals just on their own without even touching the chart. So we're going to have a continuous run of that. And if people had to see that, they will be jumping onto the system like crazy. But yeah, it does take a while to understand these tools. I mean, as you can see, there's buttons you've got to understand. There's long only, there's short only, there's trailing stops, there's a whole heap of settings, to work on. The indicators have got quite a few different settings in them. Most vendors don't work with Strategy Analyzer. They just do not even go near it. First of all, because it's not easy to work on. It's actually a very complicated thing to work on. Secondly, it often can give you inaccurate results. And if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't know how to pick up those inaccurate results, you're definitely going to find trouble using that. So like even right now, I mean, there's a slight glitch with NinjaTrader. I'm pressing pause and I still got a position open. So I don't know why that is the case, but these little niggly things will happen. So I'm going to just try and attach a trailing stop to that, even a 10-10, and just see if it exits that position and the strategy is paused, because I actually paused the strategy. So let's see if that does what it's supposed to do. So we hit a brick wall. The price is coming back to the brick wall. So I'm just going to increase that anyway. And I'm going to just increase this a little bit over here. We may have a switch over signal here, but very often the price will come and touch a brick wall and bounce up. Because I've got no Fibonacci levels around here, I'm not actually confident that that's going to happen, but we'll just do it anyway. No, this looks like it's going to break through, at least temporarily, maybe not. Oh, that brick, let's see if this brick wall holds. I mean, we have a lot of signals on this chart. Look at all the different coloring of the bars. So I'm not going to put all my faith in one brick wall holding when a lot of these have, you know, been giving different signals. But we have it held up before, so it's not bad over there. We'll see what happens. You know, you can also apply so if you go into the indicator settings and you just apply the SI indicator, this one over here, which is the one that the strategy works on, and it comes default as 4-4. If you just apply the 4-4 indicator on its own like that, that also shows you incredible support and resistance areas. And look what happened since I loaded that indicator. It has painted this brick wall over here. It's painted this brick wall all the way from here to here. This is a brick wall that it's painted with that 4-4 indicator. And that's why we've had so much contention around this area, because this brick wall has been smashed through over and above, over and above. We've had a few bounces around it. So a bit of indecision right now on where price is going. Fortunately, right now, it looks like that smaller brick wall temporarily has been holding the price up. So there are definitely a few different strategies. So if you're going to subscribe to the entire DTB system, then you'll have all the strategies in there. This specific strategy that you're looking at, you can trade counter trend. So you can actually go into the settings of this indicator, of the strategy. If I bring up the strategy analyzer, let me just bring that up again. Let's see. So strategy analyzer, in here, we have got options to be trading, obviously the time slots. So we're trading different, you can choose specific time slots. And what will happen is it'll enter and exit trade within that time slot. You've got the option to be trading trend or reverse. So you can do reverse trading. So you can say, I want to trade counter trend, and I'm going to run reverse settings and see counter trend trading to see what would have been successful doing that. So I'm running reverse automation at the moment. Let's see if that runs. I want to just quickly check at this strategy. We're still in a position over there. So look at this brick wall has definitely held. Sometimes, what you can also do with this indicator is you can load a much bigger brick wall setting, and you could have like a 20 or a 30 candle size as a brick wall, a 20 or 30 candle size. And then every single time the price comes and touches there, you put a limit order, and then you have a 20 tick stop and a 20 tick target. What will happen? It'll go and hit its target. The next time it comes and touches that brick wall, you've got another limit order in place to go hit it again, hit it again, and hit it again. So you could have multiple orders in play like that. But generally what happens is when you got brick wall settings and and you've optimized the values, you're going to have price reacting off those brick walls and have an amazing effect. Okay, so look, let's go back to the optimization. Okay, so nothing's happening there yet. But I do have other strategies, like I've got quite a few other strategies too that work with moving averages and things, and you can actually go reverse on those. You can have bar delays that only enters after a certain amount of bars of a confirmed signal. Same with this strategy. You could say you want to enter reverse trades after a bar delay, and you can choose how many bar delays there are. So instead of it entering a signal to buy, it will enter a signal after so many bars to sell instead. And that is ideal when you have a price bouncing around a brick wall. So it'll enter reverse positions in that case. But for a good overview of what the DTB system is, it's good to go and look at the YouTube channel. There's a playlist in there. If I go into this, let me just have a look. So channel. So if I go into the channel like this, there's the DTB Traders channel. And inside there, you've got something called playlists. And in the playlists, you've got something here called DTB Traders, DTB System start here. And in here you got all these videos. So it starts with the intro to the system, registering, and it goes into the bars, the indicators. It goes into all the indicators that we have, as well as the strategy. So they're all there. The strategies start there: advanced retracement strategy, analytical bars. The one that we're covering now is the analytical bars. I have made updates since I put this video in place, but you know, yeah, I've made some updates to the strategy. I've got to replace that video. I've replaced all these videos over time. So a lot of these videos are only a few months old because I've made updates, and I'm going to have to replace a lot of them now too, because I've made a lot of updates since I released these videos. So I'm constantly making updates and then going and changing things because I'm making little improvements. Like this trailing stop is not showing on the current video. It wasn't existing at that stage. So, you know, like we paused the strategy. I had a position that was open. So, you know, there's a new brick wall that's formed. So I'm going to just pull this one up and just see when it exits that it's definitely going to exit the position and not do any more strategy positions, which we shouldn't anyway. Boom. Okay, so that is that. What is the time? It's almost 11 o'clock. So I'm going to jump off. But in the meantime, I'm just going to quickly remove the strategy from the chart. Okay. And actually, we had a few positions on this strategy. I don't know what the results were on there. Yeah, we had a few losing positions on that right now. I'm not sure what happened exactly there, but we will just, yeah, that's okay. We weren't focusing on the optimization and stuff. We were just doing some other things in the end there. But I'm just going to remove this strategy from the chart. and just have on the default indicator for the 4-4. So just the 4-4 showing you the brick walls. So this is where this indicator comes into play. It's going to paint these brick walls the moment a signal is given. So like on top here, it painted a signal to say a sell. Price came and retested that brick wall, came back down again, formed another brick wall over here. So if you had to go and activate the strategy, so if I go to strategies and I add the analytical bar strategy like this, and I put on that 4-4, so 4 and 4, and I'll enable that. That's going to show, well, I might have to just check something quickly. So strategies, this might not have all the repaints and things selected. Let's have a look. So it's the default settings, 4-4, enable, apply, okay. No, okay, so it's not showing those specific ones. I've got the time slots. Yeah, so anyway, probably have to just disable those time slots. I don't know why I'm showing you this, but anyway, I'm going to just put it on, use the time slot, take that off. So this isn't optimized, but it's just interesting to see what those signals look like. So as you can see, the price bouncing around that brick wall, no clear direction. So that's why it's important to optimize the strategy, because you're going to have brick walls present themselves, but they might not be ideal to match the heartbeat of the market. So another day, if you load this 4-4, it will show incredible results because that was, you know, in line with the market that specific day. And if you had to go and load a tick delay on this, you can have a, oh, come on. It's good to play around with the strategies like this just to get an understanding of how they actually work. So you could, when you're doing your optimizations, you could go into your strategies and you could select the tick delay option. So tick delay is basically a bar delay, and you've got to do it in increments of the bar size. So if you go like a 16 bar tick delay, that's going to be 2 bars of delay on that chart. So what happens there is it's only going to enter a signal if the price is 2 bars away from that. I'm not sure why it's presenting like this, but anyway, I might have a bit of conflicting thing over here with the brick walls. But you have a look through the settings of the strategy, of the indicators. What did I do here? 16. That's probably it. Oh, okay. I see what's happened. It's got 2 entries per direction. So it's got a sell, sell, and a buy and a buy. But this is part of the indicators we've got in the system. You know, this one that we're working off right now has only got a few of the indicators, but the rest of our DTB system has got the indicators in play. I'll just see if I'm not going to bring it up now. I've got to reopen my NinjaTrader. Okay, so I'm just going to basically leave that where we are. I need to go sleep. So thank you guys so much for being on the session, and I hope you guys have a good rest of the week. Please work together and see if you can, you know, set up a little group between you guys. You guys are on the Skype and the Zoom and everything, so do that. And then hopefully you guys can be productive for the next couple of days before the weekend.
Awesome, Jason. Thank you so much. See you next week.
Yes, 100%. Okay, thank you guys. Have a good one.